Welcome to the Athens Coffee Shop Hop. I lived in Athens as an undergrad, moved away for a few years, came back as an adult. I'm very pleased to say that they have absolutely upped the coffee shop scene around here. Today we're going to a fairly new cafe called Encounter. It hasn't been around very long. I've never been here. This place is so new that if you put the name of the coffee shop in your maps, it actually will not pull this up. So the address, for anyone wondering, is 660 West Broad Street, and it is literally right on the street. The parking lot in the front is very small, but there is more parking in the back. I would describe the decor of this place as rustic, homey, and cozy. I love that they have tons of board and card games and you can just come here and hang out. The cups have hand-drawn art on them, and these little blueberry muffins are made by the owner's wife. I made sure to tell him to let her know they were absolutely delicious. This is one of the coziest coffee shops I have been to in Athens so far. I don't know what coffee shop I'm gonna go to next, but if there's one that you want to see in the series, make sure to comment it so that I can check it out. For today's coffee shop hop, we're going to Foxtail Coffee, which I almost didn't put on the list because I've been to a location in Orlando and it felt kind of chainy to me, but I drove past this one the other day and it's gorgeous from the outside, so I want to give it a try. Street parking is on Newton. A huge downfall for businesses in this area or close to downtown is that there is no actual designated parking, and a lot of times the streets are full. I have walked up to half a mile just to go to a coffee shop because there was no parking available in the vicinity. This Foxtail was so much prettier on the inside than the one I visited in Orlando. No offense to that location. The design here was definitely more cozy southern, which makes sense because we're in Georgia, not Florida. There's not a ton of outdoor seating, so if you do come here, make sure you're prepared to sit indoors. The vanilla raspberry iced latte, I can fully recommend. This is really good. I decided to take advantage of some of the outdoor seating. There are people inside, there's music playing, it's a little more loud. This is one of my favorite lattes I've had so far, so Foxtail is up there on the list of coffee shops that I would come back to for sure. We're at Sunroof Coffee for today's coffee shop hop location. It's in this little container district. Container is definitely the wrong word to describe these. These were buildings purposely put here as part of the mill district, but a little container community is definitely the vibe they were giving off. It is all outdoor seating unless you are in the salon getting a service done. A lot of the seating is in the sun, which isn't great considering how hot it gets in the summer in Georgia, but there are little breakaways of tables in the shade up underneath the buildings that have terraces above. It's quite cute. Once my coffee comes out, I'm gonna grab a table and enjoy the fresh air. For my first sip of this, I really couldn't taste the banana, so I'm gonna try to mix this down a little bit, maybe get the cold foam working through there. Oh, got a little too aggressive with it. I have to go grab a napkin and clean that up. Maybe a little more hint of banana. Let's try this again. There's the banana. Just had to work that foam down a little bit and make a little bit of a mess, I guess. When I was walking up to the window though, there was a couple and the woman was telling the barista how good the lavender syrup was. You guys know I'm a sucker for lavender, so I might have to come back here and try a different drink, but the banana one, give it a little mix and it's pretty good. Forgot to mention, these are a little expensive. This was $7.25 before tip and tax, so definitely a treat yourself kind of coffee outing for sure. But they are specialty coffees, which is to be expected. Today's coffee shop hop location is Hendershots. Unless you can find an open spot on the street to park for free, you're probably gonna have to pay to park in a lot, but this lot is really cheap and it's right behind Hendershots, so I just gotta walk straight to it. This is the parking rate breakdown. In total was only $2.60 for 2 hours. I don't know if they're fast or slow in here, so I just did 2 hours to be safe. Not entirely sure if you can go in here, but it is open and there's a door. I guess we're gonna find out. At this point, I've realized I probably won't be able to pick a favorite coffee shop because every single one of these that I've walked into is so stinking cool and unique in its own way. Hendershots is quite dark and moody, but in a good way. The decor is spectacular. There's tons of seating. They have a stage for live music. And if you come when the kitchen is open, they have actual food that I've heard is pretty good. Service was so fast. Got my drink real quickly, but I paid for 2 hours of parking, so now I'm just chilling on the couch. And I'm feeling a little snacky. The kitchen's closed here right now, so I might walk down the way and try this pizza place that's supposed to be really good. We'll see. Hendershots though, 10 out of 10. Great drink, great atmosphere. The servers were so polite and so kind. There is also outdoor seating that I captured as I was leaving if you fancy that. Today's coffee shop hop location is Buffet, which I have learned to pronounce correctly. The last time I was here, I was calling it Buvez. Buffet has parking on site, which is such a blessing because it can be a real hassle to try to park and go to these cute little coffee shops. I was feeling a little snacky today, so I did go ahead and take a peek at the food menu they have here as well. And I didn't see it on the menu, but I know they have a BBL here, a banana bread latte, so that's what I decided to order. I really love the character of this cafe. It's supposed to be European style. They've got a hanging swing, a chalkboard. It's very retro style, and it has a decent amount of seating inside, but there's a lot of seating outside. It is packed in here today. I can't hardly take any videos without people in it. I got a BBL, which is the banana bread latte. It's really good. I do like this better than the banana bread or the banana coffee that I got from Sunroof, but that was an iced coffee. This is a latte. I've always leaned more towards lattes. What I really want to shout out is this sandwich. This is so good. It is the, I can't remember, but it starts with an S, strumpet, I think. It's cold, which was a surprise. I don't know why I was expecting a hot one. I love sandwiches with the goat cheese and the sweet jam and meat. It's so good. Here's the unbitten half, so you can see how beautiful it is. I think as of right now, this is my favorite coffee shop to visit. There's so much seating, not as much inside, but a lot of seating outside. There's shade, there's tons of parking. The food is top notch. The lattes, this is the second good one I've had. I've never come here and been disappointed, let's just say that. I completely forgot to do the intro for this place. We are at Cantoritos Cafe. I got a horchata matcha twist. This is somewhere I've come a few times for their seasonal drink menu. I usually get the Dubai chocolate. It's amazing, but this is new and I absolutely knew I had to try it. Cantoritos isn't a normal cafe. It's not just like a coffee shop. This is a full restaurant with a really big menu. I even ordered empanadas. I have never ever come here and been disappointed. Everything I've ever gotten here has been good. First sip, here we go. That is rich, as are all the drinks here. I've always come here at kind of an odd time of the day, like between lunch and dinner, so I don't know if it gets busier here at night, and I also don't know why the music and stuff sounds so loud, because when I was sitting in here, I did not notice it at all. It really wasn't that loud. My camera is just picking it up like crazy. These look incredible. I'm not sure which empanada is which, but I already ate half of this one, and it was really good. The green is like a really fresh salsa, and I like it, but I really like whatever this is. Kind of tastes a little bit like mayo. Not sure. Yeah, thank you. These are hot, fresh, and hitting the spot. Let's try the one that looks like this. They're both good, but this is definitely my favorite of the two. Now I just have to figure out which one is which. This one definitely tastes like chorizo. The thing is, this restaurant is kind of tucked back in this little strip mall next to Taqueria La Paria, which is really popular, and I think a lot of people overlook it, which is a shame because it's so good. Today's coffee shop hop location is Joe and Sam's for their dirty vanilla chai. It is the best dirty vanilla chai. Yes, I've been here. That's how I know it's worth a feature. First of all, huge parking lot. We love that. The dirty vanilla chai at Joe and Sam's was actually specifically recommended to me by a barista at another coffee shop. And when a barista at a coffee shop is telling you to visit a different location for an even better chai, you know it's good. I've been to Joe and Sam's before and I know I absolutely love it. One thing I really want to come back and try though is the baked goods. They always look so delicious. The cinnamon rolls have my heart. They're just so big. I've never gotten one to myself. It would probably take me about 3 sessions to finish one of those cinnamon rolls. We usually have samples out to try. Today is this like cobbler stuff. They're always so good, but I'm trying to watch my sugar. This is the best dirty vanilla iced chai you will find in and around Athens. Definitely worth a drive to treat yourself. I'm walking toward Condor Chocolates, which has Choco coffee roasters also on the building. It is right in the heart of downtown. This might also be pronounced Choco, like for chocolate, but I've literally never heard anyone actually say the name, so I'm not sure what the pronunciation would be. It's only $2 for an hour of parking, so no big deal. I love the aesthetic of the outside of this building and was surprised by the inside. It struck me as very industrial at first because behind the counter, you can see people putting together truffles in order. They have a lot of beautiful chocolates and desserts on display. This place is very well known for the truffles. At some point, I would love to brag that I've tried every flavor, but we're not there yet. Of all the coffee shops I've been to, this one probably had the most seating out of everywhere, and it's primarily indoor, which means you're gonna be able to beat that summer heat. One of the coolest things about this location is being able to see all the behind the scenes processes. I even got to see someone finalizing some truffle crafting in the back. While I was browsing, a regular came up to me and told me she was so excited for me to try this. I absolutely love truffles. I got the plain dark chocolate one. Cannot wait to bite into this. It smells like chocolate in here. The recommendation of my server, I just got a regular iced mocha latte. This is probably the richest chocolate mocha latte I've ever had. The chocolate is like really coming through. It's very good. Great recommendation from the server behind the counter. Let's do the first bite. That's so rich. The things on top add a little crunch. Very, very good. They also have something called affogato on the menu, which apparently is gelato with a shot of espresso poured over the top. I'll be coming back to try that. We're headed to Daydreamer Coffee. I absolutely love the interior of this building, but I will admit the parking is a little questionable. It is all street parking if you can find a spot. I did find parking on the street, which is not very common for over here, but you do have to park in front of people's houses, which makes me feel kind of bad, so I will hurry here. I won't linger too long. There is outdoor seating available here, but both times I've been to this location, the umbrellas have been fully tipped over onto the ground. This coffee shop to me is so aesthetically pleasing, and I would love to sit in here for a long time studying or working or whatever I'm doing, just because I like the ambiance so much. It's typically quiet. It's very rarely crowded. They do close a bit early in the day, so it's not really ideal for students to come after class to do studying because they'd have to pick up and leave, I think, by 3 p.m. But this is a beautiful coffee shop to visit just for a leisure outing. They have two signature drinks always on the menu, the Rambler Matcha and the Honey Oat Latte. I got the Honey Oat Latte today. That's good. I was not expecting the oat in this to be so strong. I've never had oat milk that actually tastes like oat milk. This just tastes healthy in the best way. Also, I forgot my phone stand today, hence the ARD phone stand. Name another place where you can get coffee, plants, and cocktails all under one roof. What's really cool about this spot is that you can actually come hang out here. They had a chess table, and with them serving some cocktails and alcoholic beverages, you could easily bring a card game, sit at one of the tables, hang out with friends, and have your drinks. Because it's not just a place to come buy plants, it's also a place you can come hang out. I was actually plant shopping because I'm still in the process of trying to make my new apartment feel like a home. I love that these are organized by non-pet friendly and pet friendly. Everything left of this greenhouse is pet friendly and non-toxic to cats, which is pretty important to me. I just love it when plant shops make it easy. After doing some browsing, I was ready for a drink, and I will say that describing this as cocktails is a little deceiving because they're all in a can. It's mostly made up of like seltzers and sodas, and there's some teas. Still a really cute concept and something that I would enjoy if I were spending time here. I found a calathea. I'm so excited. My last one did not make it because my cat chewed off every leaf when I was on a really long trip, so that will not be happening again. I bought my plant. No coffee for me here because they only serve hot coffee, and the AC actually stopped working here today, so there's a bunch of fans going. As much as I would love to sit in a hot building drinking hot coffee, I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna have to come back another time for the hot coffee. But I am coming back here Wednesday because they're supposed to get that big load of plants in, and I want to see what else they have to offer. I have gotten a few more recommendations on coffee places to try, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this tidbit because the video is getting a little bit long. I will probably post those videos in the short form reels, so go ahead and go to my page and check that out. I'll make a playlist for the coffee shop hop.